They say that your girl been on the road. I've been grinding all the time. Let me remind them how it go. Calf hit me automatic for the show. We should take on the debate. Like one up, we'd like to know. We'd like to know. Like one up, like one up.
I want to say your name's on. Look, your name's on here, so I could say your name because your name's your name, right?
Who, me?
Are you one of those people who like bugs out about people using their real name? You're like, yo, bro, my name's Real Deal, bro.
No, I prefer it honestly. I'm like Real Deal's like the least creative thing I've ever come up with.
So you prefer Trevor?
Yeah.
I love that name. Listen, I've loved that name ever since since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Hillary's man.
Trevor!
Yeah.
I said that. That's Queen Flip's name too.
That's Busta Rhymes' name too.
That's his real name?
Yeah.
I didn't
His
know
birthday's
that.
like a day after mine too. We're out here. You know what I mean?
You learn something new every day.
We're gaining traction.
Hold on, where's my fucking Zoom call at? You're supposed to be tapping into here. Just when so you know, I was just telling them that I'm not really smart. I just have a smart ass mouth. So I'm just, this whole Zoom meeting shit is just, oh, there we go. Oh shit, this furnished to work on this one. Look at the little screen I got now, guys. Hi, bitches. Hi, bitches. Hi, bitches.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go.
It's supposed to be like that because I was supposed to have, okay, shout out to Leyland, Late Graphics. This was, listen, you guys, I was supposed to have it, but I've just been having a hard time with like proportional, but whatever. Okay, so listen, nice. You guys like that? Yes, me too. Trevor, good evening.
Hey, my friend. Am I supposed to see you? I just see your icon.
Oh my God, that sucks. Because I can't, you know what it is? Because I'm doing 2 cameras at the same time. Is it okay or is it weird?
No, whatever works best for you, my friend.
Thank you. This is why I told him that you're my guy, because you're so sweet. Oh my God. One of the few guys in Battle Rap who's always like super nice and not like on no creep shit, but always like super, like, you know what I mean? No, dead ass, because they're out here. I'm just telling you guys.
I've heard. I can't imagine what the inboxes look like.
They do, but let me tell you something. You're like, you've always been so super dope. You've always been like that. Marv 1 is like that. Fucking X Factor, Calico. Like, there's certain people that, like, ever since I met them or spoke to them, they've always been consistent. That's why I fuck with you guys. So I'm super happy.
I appreciate that. That's high praise, my friend. Thank you.
Of course. So I was telling everybody, like, I originally had you on because I wanted to do the whole super heavy conversation of actually being white in battle rap, actually being technically a minority. You know what I mean? But what I'm not going to do is have that conversation specifically with you, because this isn't a hot seat conversation. Hey, what do you think about this? Because you're white. Like, I'm not doing that. I ideally wanted to have 3 or 4 of, you know what I mean, the prominent white battle rappers, so that I can have this conversation, get everybody's outlook on it, because I like heavy conversations. I like the sticky conversations. I like the things that even people don't want to speak about or it might be weird, because I might hit the blunt and be like, damn, I wonder if Real Deal be like, damn, there's certain shit I can't say because I don't want to come off as this, and I might not have that bone in my body, but battle rap is all about saying the worst possible things you could to someone. You understand what I'm saying? So I really wanted to have that conversation. So hopefully you will have some time for me in a week or 2, and I can get some of our peers on here because Nun was actually not able to make it. He had to back out at the last minute. And in everyone's defense, that's why I'm so appreciative of you coming. You know, we had talked about this a couple weeks ago, and it was supposed to be a different date, and I've just been so behind. So it's just kind of like one of those things.
No, listen, I'm you got the glow right now, man. Do you? I'm gonna be here. I'm old faithful. I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean?
I wanted to. Gaddis was also supposed to be here because I wanted to.
Love Gaddis.
Yo, I do too, and I'm gonna kick her ass. But I wanted to do like play a little game with you guys because, damn, I should have sent you a fucking text, bro. I mean, everybody talks about stuff like your profession and battle rap, so everything is like we're good, right? It is what it is. It's not a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, like I should have sent you a text. Okay, so you're a teacher.
I'm very transparent. I'm like, you know. Interestingly, I had to put my own business out there to even get battles in the early grind time stages. You know what I mean? It's really weird. Like, so I actually leaked the fact that I teach because I knew then people would think they had an angle on me, because before then it was like, he's kind of like a plain looking dude. You know what I'm saying? And they really wasn't trying to take the battle. So,
I feel the fact that you were white might have been a barrier as well too.
It depends for sure for some people.
Because you don't come off as, and I mean, people can say whatever they want. I'm a pretty outspoken kind of person because you're not what I would call urban white to me. You don't come off as, for lack of a better term, urban white. You understand where I'm coming from? So I wonder if those things are. And when I say urban white, I guess I would probably say something like, if I compare you to T Money Bags. You understand where I'm coming from? So I'm wondering, and I'm not even going to go with this heavy into the conversation, do you feel like that's something that could have possibly made it harder for you to get battles?
So when I first came in, like I was like battling in Scribble Jam. So like Scribble Jam, that was not an issue, obviously. And then grind time, maybe against some people, there's always two sides to the coin. So like where I grew, I mean, it's very much, you know, and I said this, I said this in the battle with B Magic years ago, right? Where I grew up, and I don't know if this is like this everywhere, but like, Black people did not lose things like basketball and rap to white people. Like that was not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Like at all. Like you didn't get, if you were a Black dude and you got like some white dude got out on you, you would never hear the end of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that translates further, because I grew up in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? I grew up in a neighborhood in Pittsburgh that was like that. So, I don't know, but that's why I said that in the battle with B Magic. I just used my own personal experience on it. So maybe, but then on the flip side, I would be lying if I said I didn't benefit off the shock value of the Billy Hoyle effect off the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's been times where I've been in a battle that, you know.
Can you see me now?
I know. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yo, because of the surprise factor,
Hold
right?
on, I didn't mean to cut you off, real deal. Can you see me now?
No, I just see the artwork.
I just because I like doubled my images to try to see if it was gonna be like easy, because I don't want you to just keep talking to a fucking avatar or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, like I said, to say that early on, it was like, I mean, I would be naive to say being white didn't play a factor in a lot of things, but it also played it also benefited me as well. You know what I'm saying? So, I think more so it got out this angle thing that people attribute me to, which is, it's weird. Like people are like, oh, real deal, he be having angles, right? But it's a way also, to me, it kind of depreciates the fact that I can write good. And it almost sometimes makes it seem like I'm out to ruin your life behind battle rap. It's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to talk about how you dated some girl in 7th grade and make a whole angle. It's like, yo, I just do like angles more so because I think either they're funny or they're like, it's not So I think that played as much of a factor into it as well. You know what I'm saying? A fear like, you know, we can get up there and rap random vague stuff. He might actually have an angle where he gives the next 7 people ammo. You know what I mean?
So I want to have my my questions. I'm going to give you the toned down questions because we have respect for relationships here on We'd Like to Know. I don't ask ratchet questions to people who aren't single. You dig? So
I don't know what that means. Or you can't dangle a carrot like that in front of me.
no,
though.
I mean
I was going to, but now I don't know.
Nah, you know what it is? I have like my little opening questions, like a couple quick fire, like one answer questions, like yes, no, like type of situation. And I got a couple kind of racy ones that I throw in there just for the sake of the fans and the viewers are so used to us seeing regular interviews from us and shit like that. We're talking about dry shit. Hey, who's your Mount Rushmore? What's your hardest battle? So
right. So
I try to throw in a couple
up.
things about like whatever.
Worst comes to happen, I'll plead the fifth. I'll do the old Chappelle skit, right?
That works. And thank you. And they're not too crazy. So let's get it. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So are you a breast or a buns guy?
Tough. Breast, barely.
Okay. Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Sneakers or boots?
Sneakers.
SWV or TLC?
TLC. Sure.
He said that crazy. He wasn't playing.
Twice on Sunday.
Okay.
Do you prefer WAP or top?
Top.
Cats or dogs?
Man, I want to plead the fifth because I'm going to say cats, and I already know
No,
motherfuckers like,
no.
yo, cats. I like cats. They don't require a whole lot of attention, and they're more independent.
Those bitches are sneaky as shit.
I know, but I like that if they fuck with you, it's genuine. Like, they don't just fuck with anybody. And dogs are just happy to see anybody. Cats are just like, fuck that dude. I don't fuck with him, and I appreciate that.
So lights on or lights off?
On, for sure.
Okay. Light or dark liquor?
Neither. I haven't had a drop since 2013.
Okay. Biggie or Pac?
Pac, for sure. But I do like Big a lot.
Dipset or G-Unit?
G-Unit.
Alkaline or spring water?
Spring.
Candles or incense?
Candles.
Oh, weed or alcohol?
Oh, sure.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
Yes.
Malcolm or MLK?
Martin Luther King.
Oh, okay. Sativa. Oh, I don't want to go sativa. Indica. Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick.
Underwear or commando for your lady?
Underwear.
Little Baby or the Baby?
I guess the baby, if I'm picking two.
Rap or R&B?
For R&B, do I get to include like classic R, like Motown and stuff like that, or no? Do we knock it?
Yeah, whatever. If you was gonna pick one or the other, like if you was gonna be like, you can however you want to box it up. Like I'd rather hear, you know what I mean? Harder shit or softer shit.
I'm gonna go. That's a tough one. I'm going. If I'm allowed to add like, you know, R&B throughout the decades, you know, because rap is a lot younger of a genre, I'm gonna go R&B. But if I'm not complicating stuff and we're sticking to the kind of same time frame, I'm going rap.
I'm one of those obnoxious songs, and I'm gonna tell you, you'll see in my next couple of questions. Okay, so for Martin, Pam or Gina?
Pam.
Yes.
Okay, summer or winter?
Winter.
All black or all white if you want to get fresh?
All black.
Michael or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Yay!
This is
Yeah.
why I love you. Okay, because I was so afraid. I be on like, especially
Prince is a supreme talent.
he's so dope, and that's why I can't put him. But I'm like a
he's
diehard Michael Jackson fan. Like I'm a fanatic. Like
Michael Jackson has, and I honestly like his most known songs, the top three or whatever, aren't even like my favorite Michael Jackson songs. Michael Jackson is a once in a generation. Prince is as well, but if I'm going to the catalog, I'm going Mike Jackson.
Michael, thank you, because that's what they were saying in the comments. Like, I love you so much. Like, I didn't want to lose connection on this fucking chat. It was just crazy. Like, damn.
People forget, like, when they say Mike Jack, that's Jackson 5 too. Like, that dude was a star since he was like 8.
Thank you. And this is why I realize this shit. Heavy metal or country?
Country, by far.
Chicken over rice or chopped cheese?
Right.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie if it was the last thing that you had to watch?
Okay, this you might roast me on this one too. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but Ghost.
Okay, you know what?
I wouldn't
And I'm
roast you
gonna tell
on
you
that.
why.
I wouldn't expect that. I thought it was, we love you!
Here's why I'm going to tell you, right?
Oh my God, we'd like to know. They didn't know
So
you were
my-
so cool. I'm dumb.
My father, you know what I mean? He had me, he was 37, he had 4 kids, he didn't know what to do. We were broke. My dad was never up on things. Like I'm up on things with my son.
Mm-hmm.
My dad didn't like sports. He was working, right? So
Okay.
I guess my mom one day was like, take him to a movie, get him out of here. So my dad took us to see Ghost. I was like 5, and he thought it was about ghosts. So like we're all like crying. Me and my older brothers and sisters were like bawling our eyes out at like Demi Moore and Swayze, and my dad is just walking us all out. We're all holding each other's hands like an elephant trunk walking out of the theater. You know what I mean? And he just didn't even know what to say. He was like, "Oh, I thought it was a pretty good movie." And we're just like bawling, sobbing, waiting to get on the bus. So to me, that still resonates. Plus the pottery scene alone.
Yeah, come on. And the Unchained Melody.
And the right.
The
Yeah.
Wright brothers, come on. How about
It's-
for years I thought they were black? Let's start there. I thought it was a black man who sung those songs.
Oh, you really? Like the
Yeah.
old, the Rick Astley effect? Is that what it was?
It was, I promise you, for years, it was just one of those things. Like, it was one of those things, and I guess I thought like, ignorance in me, and I'm from Boston, so I have the blessing of being super eclectic. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, that's very important. Like, I grew up listening to everybody from fucking Ronnie Dyson to Sting to fucking Steven Tyler and Aerosmith. Like, my Uncle Tony is very big on music. You know what I mean? So it was just, I guess, a young ignorant thing. Like, I didn't know. I just assumed. Like, I didn't know. Like,
No,
I don't want to say anything crazy. Like, I didn't know at that age.
No, it goes-
White people
it
have
goes
that much
both
soul,
ways.
and it's fucked up. But it's like one of those.
No.
you know?
We pulled up to my son's football practice yesterday. My son is like one of 2 white kids on the entire team. And we were listening to Dobie Gray, Drift Away. You know, give me the beat, boys, free my soul. And my son goes, Dad, why we got to pull up listening to the whitest stuff ever? I said, Trey, what are you talking
He's
about?
black.
This dude is not white. He's like, he's not white. I was like, no. He goes, I thought this was like Hootie and the Pufferfish. I said, bro, man, get out the car, man. Like,
Not Hootie and the Puffer. He
out the
didn't say
car. They call him
Blowfish,
Hootie
not
and
the
the
Puffer.
So you got to go, man. Got to get out the car, man.
What about, I'm the black girl from Boston, so I get the whole like, oh, you like the white girl music, and I'm like, well, what is white girl music? Is it? It would make sense if all the music that I listened to was from white people, but the shit, some of the shit y'all are saying is like the white people music. It's by black artists. Like, I'm listening to certain people, and the shit, like, for me, I can have a lighthearted conversation about it because it's nothing, but it's just one of those things where I promise you, I didn't know like the Wright brothers were. Again,
The Righteous. You're thinking of the people in the plane.
The Righteous
The Wright brothers are the plane. You're thinking Righteous
plane,
brothers.
yes.
I'm not letting you leave this Zoom call calling them the Wright
Oh
brothers.
my
It's
God! And listen, and I'm so glad you corrected me because listen, I would have done that to someone else. Like, fuck, are you talking about? It's the Righteous. Ah.
That's what I mean. I dropped the ball with my son apparently because he thought it was Hootie and the Pufferfish. I can't let it happen
Pufferfish.
twice. I can't have it happen twice in a week.
No, but Hootie was this shit. You don't understand. Like, I've listened to everybody from like Meatloaf and like, you don't understand. Like, I love music. So for me, I think that's why my music, the shit that I put out, that's gonna be coming out, it's gonna be so dope because I have those different influence and stuff like that. Like I'm not just stuck in a specific type of box, like a pop box or an R&B.
And that's like such a mature, and I'm mad it took me so many years to just be like, if I fuck with it, I fuck with it. I'm not asking permission or questions. If it's ear appeasing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. See?
So, and like I preached that to my son early, when we would have the Justin Bieber dialogue. I'm like, why is he whack, dude? You sound mad. You know what I mean? This is like 5, 6, 7 years ago. He said, cause he's like, I was like, nah, you're reaching now for reasons. If you like it, you know what I mean? Like, who cares,
man? I like see it. I want Oh yeah. Oh, and I was gonna ask you the other song too. The other question. If you're going deaf, what would be the last thing that you can that you would listen to? What would be the last song that you would listen to if you couldn't hear anything else after that?
The last song that I would listen to if I couldn't? The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
Say it again?
The Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens.
Like the Lion King song?
Yeah, but it was the original from the 1960 version. Yep. Yeah.
So I've definitely heard of an original version, but I don't think I've ever heard the original version.
Oh, you had to have heard the original version. If not, when we get off this call, make sure you look it up. The Tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. It's my favorite song ever.
Wow. I gotta look that up because I definitely heard that it was based on a song, but I don't think the Tokens. Okay, I gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that old doo-wop was around that doo-wop time.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. You see, thank you guys. I'm a boss. Thank you. I think mine's is across. Like I go back and forth between like "Lady of My Life" by Michael Jackson, and then I drift between like there's this song by Sade called "Pearls." Like it's not a super popular song, but a lot of people don't know it. But that song, and then "Africa" by Toto. So it's one of my favorite songs ever.
You know what I like too a lot, which is also very soft. I'm gonna be the softest dude battle rap to get off this thing. I like Snow Patrol Chasing Cars. Love that song.
I don't know that song.
The one that's like, if I just lay here, would you lie with me?
Oh my goodness.
Forget the world. That's my jam.
And it's called what? Oh my God, I've heard that song a million times.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nicole. Oh my God.
Listen, I've never even watched Grey's Anatomy, but they had like a compilation to that song and I would play it on YouTube, even though I never seen it. And I would like go through the emotions with the characters in the thing because it's real sad. I was like, oh, that looked like that was sad. But I have no backstory. I just like the song. But that's a good one as well.
No, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So do you have any talents or hobbies that we do not know about?
Talents or hobbies? Man, this is going to be in the same wheelhouse as, again, the answer, I'm pretty transparent. I was very good at football in high school. But outside of that, nothing super crazy.
Fleetwood Mac. Majestic, let me tell you something. Rhiannon is definitely a song that I would listen to, but I don't know if it would be the last song. Like, I love Rhiannon to the death. So they're asking me, like, I'm a big, like, not even a big Fleetwood Mac fan, but, like, they have a couple of songs I'm a big fan of. I like Stevie Nicks' voice. Like, So I like Dreams and I like Rhiannon. Rhiannon's like that song does something to me. Like I listen
Landslide is super fire too.
See, I listen to them before I battle and all kind of shit. Like, just weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So I live to see you sing it. I sung that shit in the middle of the fucking airport in Philadelphia. Like, that guy, whatever. But, yeah, that's my
Gold Dust Woman is fire, too. They got some joints.
There's, like, 2 or 3 songs that I know when I hear them. I just don't know the words. I mean, I just don't know the titles to the songs or whatever. See, Landslide. Ranson knows what time it is. She said, there is a woman in Somalia. She put the first bar of the first whatever of the song Pearls or whatever that I thought nobody knew by Sade. So that's super dope. So I wanted to have Gaddis here. So we want to play Are You Smarter Than a School Teacher? Because I wanted to kind of pitch you guys against each other and ask a couple questions and see if she would be able to answer them quicker than you would. But see,
keep it in mind, I might have got smoked. I teach gym too. I might.
I love you so much.
Listen, that's why people be trying to correct my spelling. They be like, "It's this teacher," and I'm like, "Bro, I teach gym, dog. Like, I'm not winning any Nobel prizes out here, man. Like, I'm literally virtually teaching kindergartners how to sneeze all week. Like,
bro.
let me.
So the school that you teach at is a predominantly black school, to my understanding.
All black. We don't have any. Yeah, we occasionally get a white kid. I want to say like every year we'll get one or maybe two. But yeah, it's nine. It probably says on the site like 97.8, and that's. I'm telling you, I'm there every day. We don't have any white kids this year.
And so, what about teachers?
I mean, it's staff wise, it's
level, like even?
Yeah, 50-50, if not maybe 60-40. We have probably more like staff that's black as opposed to like 60-40, I'd say.
Do you experience, have you ever experienced like any like racism or situations like that, dealing with any parents or any things like that, where people might have said something crazy to you because you could have just been doing your job, like, hey, your kid's failing or some shit, and it's like, hey, you white, da-da-da. Like, have you ever had to deal with that kind of situation?
I haven't. I'm going to tell you something. We actually have this. So we're reading one of our like meeting readings. We're reading this book called White Fragility, where we have to read, right? Mm-hmm. And then we report on it. But one of the things we had a discussion as a teacher, I had brought my son to school, and I had to break up a fight between one of my fourth graders and another one of my fourth graders, right? So I pull my one fourth grader aside. I'm like, bro, what is your deal? And he was so mad, like he had tears in his eyes. He had his fist balled up. He said, so-and-so keeps making fun of your son. He keeps saying he's white. And I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, what? He is. He was like, so they like the kids, a lot of the kids, it's wild. Like they don't identify you as I'm being dead serious. And it's not even just like me. It could be like, you could be a freaking country Western dude coming in and teaching. There's a weird, like they don't, a lot of times you have to tell them, you know what I mean? Like they'll use you're white or your white is like and you got to tell them like, yo, that's not like it's wild. So I've never had a parent say anything to me at all. But seeing the kids' understandings of it, but it's cool. Like especially like when we do get like a white kid in or something, they're all just like trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Like, right. It's watching kids just work is a beautiful thing, man. Like you know what I mean? Like they bring the kid in and everyone's cool. And yeah, so I've never experienced anything. I've never had a student call me. Now, again, I only teach kindergarten through 5th.
Okay.
So I would imagine
like
those
young kids and stuff like that. Like, okay, get it. I'm you know what the crazy shit is, and I could be reaching sometimes, but I be wanting to know shit. Like, I be wanting to know, like, we'd like to know, like, what the fuck is going on in the world? Like, you know what I mean? I want to know and that's, again, hopefully, like, I can get a time where I have you and a couple other battle rappers on here, because this is not a platform to, and I love your comfortability with this whole situation. Like, that's why I fuck with you. You know what I mean? But I don't want it to be like, oh, you're in the hot seat. Like, hey, what do you feel about this? What do you think about Black Lives Matter? How come you haven't spoken on this? What about this? Like, that's not what this is for. I literally wanted to have like a genuine dialogue with my peers, my white peers, and I wanted to know, like, do you feel like do you come into a level playing field when you're on a battle? Whereas it's cheered and it's praised when you might be called a racial slur, but God forbid if you make any reference to anything even remotely close to that, you will be condemned. So this is a conversation I want to have. Like, I don't care if people are uncomfortable with it. I don't care. This is what I want to talk about, and I'm glad that the people that I reached out to were actually willing to have this conversation. It's just a matter of giving everybody on the same accord and the same time and stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I've said for a while now, it's taken me a long time again, like, to admit like that you're a lifelong learner. You don't have all the answers. So even though I did grow up and went to predominantly black schools and all that, what does that make me? Like, I don't have all the answers. I need, you know what I'm saying? So I need to learn too other people's perspectives and what other people feel about things. And I think that is the biggest thing and it's tough in the world we live in today because it's people don't like, they just want to jump down your throat or they want to just rip you limb from limb. Like, gaining perspective, frankly, from a perspective that I've never experienced, I never will experience. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, and it's funny because I don't know how much hoops you watch, right?
Yep. I used to watch a lot more basketball when I lived in Boston with my best friend. But I am so out of touch with sports, like just in general. I've been living under a rock since I moved to Atlanta.
So random thing that happened in the bubble. So the Dallas Mavericks, they got this all-star player. His name's Luka Doncic, and he's a European white dude, and he's a beast or whatever. And he gets to John with a dude from the other team, and a black dude from the other team, and dude gets the rebound, goes up strong on him, and the camera catches him, and he goes, "Pussy ass white boy," and he goes up court. So I'm just laughing. And I guarantee you 99.9% of any white dude that ever hooped is just laughing like it's a shit talk thing.
Right.
People are like, what if Luka would have said that? And I'm like, bro, here's my problem. You're not offended. You just want to take on the role of someone offended. You know what I mean? Like, Luka wasn't offended. He literally like laughed about it the next day to dude. Like, so to get to your point that you're at, if I'm ever called like, oh, cracker or anything, I don't know. I'm not offended by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I think one of my favorite battlers to watch, for example, was Mac Myron. And that dude just be going in on white. I think it's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
The only thing I don't like, and it's more so for it's cheap, is if you battle me, and it's happened to a couple times, and you're like, this is for Sandra Bland, or this is for, it's like, yo, you're using these people and this is so vague. Yeah, you're just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is, A, it's lazy writing. B, it's turning these terrible tragedies into like martyrs for you to win a battle.
Like appropriation, right?
Yeah, it's just whack to me. Like, that's the only thing. So like, anything else, I don't care if you're like, clown me about my potato salad or whatever. I don't give a shit. I can't fake being offended. I really can't fake being offended. You know what I'm saying? And I can't like take up arms. That's such an immature way to look at things. That's like when people used to be like, how come there's BET, but there's not what? I'm like, dude, you're not even mad though. Like, you're just, right now, you're just, you know what I mean? Like, you're not offended. You're not upset. The only thing I get upset with, again, is like lazy writing like that. And that's the only, and I have no problem with like sharing your truth in a battle and comparing us in a battle. Okay. Like, even though, whatever. But when you do that one is, and I've been hit with that a couple times. And every time I'm like, oh man, like,
So okay. So let me ask you another question.
Mm-hmm.
If I ruled the world situation and you were able to take 3 people from the battle rap culture to start a new world, and this has nothing to do, and I need to specify this because I think my past guests, like, they kind of think like I'm talking about like events and shit like that. No, I'm talking about like fucking starting a whole school system and building a government and coming up with, you understand what I'm saying? Like, who are 3 people from the culture, and feel free to name more, but I feel like 3 is decent, whatever. Who are 3 people from the culture that you would take? They have to be battle rap associated, because if I don't want you to say your mom or your family or nothing like that, because we don't know them. I just want people to get, I asked this question because I kind of want my viewers to get I just try to get like a different outlook on the battle rappers, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of us are into things or educated on things or bring different things to the table that you would never know outside of one of my peers mentioning it or you seen it, or you know what I mean? Something like that. So
okay, so this has nothing to do with procreation, right? So if I say like, This isn't like last person on Earth procreation
No,
stuff.
no,
No,
no. It
right?
doesn't necessarily.
Oh,
Like, there
okay.
would be, yeah. No,
All right, I was gonna be like, all right, okay,
yeah. There's definitely there's like women here. Like, there's no
okay. So
absence
just the
of people. It just would be like, I get to run shit. I want this to happen the way everything goes the way I say. Who are my 3 people I'm going to bring and put on
so I
my
picked 3
board with
people
me from
to
the
set
battle rap
up
community?
okay, 3 people to set up a world, like build the world up. So I would need, that's a very tough question. I'm always looking for people that built things up themselves, right? But you got to find also people that are willing to make the tough decisions, which is not usually my strong suit, right?
Okay.
Um,
See, you know how to answer this question already. Like, I'm mad hype. Like, you're a dope guest. Like, okay,
it's
you
real.
fucking get it.
It's a really, really, really tough thing. So here's one person I would take. I would take
He's gonna pick
Beasley.
Hold on, they said Real Deal's gonna pick all the UK people because he's wavy. I know that's right, Flyboy Wave.
I would take Beasley, and my reasoning for just he counts, right?
He's been picked several times.
Yeah, somebody that has the heart to make the decisions, has I believe from interactions, personally, a good heart overall, but is willing to drop the hammer on people. Also isn't wrapped up in his own image being out there and pushed to the public. So that's a big thing.
Yes.
I think to balance that out, I would also go Chilla Jones.
Let's
Chilla
go, CJ!
Chilla is one of the kindest, nicest people in battle rap, and empathy is something you would need to start where I don't believe you can step in someone's shoes. Chilla Jones is probably one of the most empathetic people you will ever meet. So he can act in the interest of fairness. And he's also consistent and hardworking as hell.
And he's a fucking Capricorn.
Came up from there was no huge Boston push to get him in. Broke down doors himself. So he would definitely be there as well.
A big push to get out of Boston. The city fucks with Chilla, and I would never like make it seem like they don't. But Boston is a very sketchy city. If you don't seem like you're fucking, if you don't have, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain situation. And Chilla.
Oh, I know. I'm in Pittsburgh. I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Chilla fought to fucking get the name in the city that he has, and that's my nigga. Like, so.
No, it's. I honestly, and I hate to say this, but like, I loved watching the Midwest movement come up. I love seeing the Carolinas come up with battle rappers. I was just so sick of the stranglehold that New York and Cali had on battle rap. I was like, because like, it seemed like so many of them. And again, there's pros and cons, right? So you're Cali, you got so many good battle rappers. How do you come up now? You can actually be super good, and you're just, it's Hamburger Hill to climb, right?
Yep.
Not
Hamburger
so again,
Hill.
right. There's 2 sides to it, but I like I said, I always look at somebody like Chilla, who came from Boston and just consistently, and not only consistently, when he goes over, mentioning the UK and he goes to these other places, he gives them the best that he got. Even if you didn't like his performance, whatever, just know how hard he worked to put that performance together. You know what I'm saying? Because battling overseas and being good is not hard. Being well received is the easy part. But actually being dope, because things we think over here that is like new or edgy, or like, they're like, yo, we've heard that 10,000 times. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to the main question, the third person. So I would definitely, I would need a female voice as well. Because as
Trevor, you're the fucking shit. Because I was gonna let you pick your choice naturally, and then if you didn't include a female, I would have asked you to incorporate one, just so I can get a mindset of who.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Again,
if it's natural, it's natural. But if it's not, that would have been my next question.
Well, I mean, men since the beginning of time have thought that they can speak for or know what a female is supposed to do. We've been fucking it up since Adam gave Eve a fucking rib. So if I started a new world and I didn't take that knowledge with me, I'd be the biggest fucking asshole in this new world, right?
Do you think Adam was smarter? Or do you think he was weaker? Because why did he allow Eve to tell him something different than what God told him to do?
You know what? If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm not even fucking with God right now after the shit that happened to my dad. That dude's got some questions he got to answer to me. So I don't even entertain none of the Bible stories right now. I don't know how that I don't know. I mean, to answer your question, I guess maybe God put too much faith in men in that instance, but we're difficult time. You know what I mean? It's a crazy time, but
no, that's heavy.
I root for people that do have their faith.
That's heavy because
yeah, and the people that do are like, people are like, I pray for you, whatever. I'm like, yo, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I just, like I said, man, I'm in a weird crossroads in my life with it. And I'm being tugged in different directions, but I think it's being glued together by just anger. But so, yeah, for a female voice, and this is going to sound crazy because I'm on the line with you, but I definitely value, like, I was genuinely super happy for you to not only get the main event, but also get, the consensus win and such a big win. Like, I was super, super, super happy for you. And then, being the most viewed battle rap female, I do like, yeah, I mean, you would definitely be somebody that would be high up towards the front running for sure.
And if not me, because if not me, then who else? I wish you could see. Like, I tried so hard to fucking tap me into you so that you could see me. I just literally had fucking 2 of my fucking videos playing and you still couldn't see me. So I had like a double screen of myself just because I hate the idea of you talking to a fucking Abby or whatever. But like, I wish you could see me. Like, I really appreciate that. I want to know.
Oh no! Worse things have happened to better people. You're a sweetheart. If I gotta talk to your Abby, I'm set for the night. I'll be good. I'll be good. I gotta go into school on a bum knee tomorrow. That's the worst thing that's gonna happen.
Got the black girl blushing, man. My face is all hot. Is this what blushing feels like?
Listen,
is that
I love seeing.
What blushing feels like? Is your face just real hot? Because I can't see red because I'm brown.
I'll be turning red as shit, man. I got no pigment though.
Red, does your face feel hot?
Be lucky. Listen, if you're upset that you don't get to see visual blushing, know that you also don't get to see your ears turn red. Like, my ears be getting red. You know how people are like, if your ears are red, someone's talking about you.
Oh my god, my friend Charlie his ears used to be like that. My friend Charlie was like that in school. Like, oh my goodness, I was like, and there was, oh my goodness, I was like. And
I got big ears too. My shit's like the Rudolph.
No, I'm dead ass. Like, there was this fucking kid I went to school and I was like in love with him. Like, he didn't even know I existed. You know what I mean? And then like he hit me up like fairly recently and was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing?" I'm just like, "Nigga, nothing. The fuck out of here." But
that's late. He's pretty late on the hey big head, huh?
Like, he was like this. The reason why I said that, he was like this Greek kid I went to school with, and he, like, when he got in trouble like in school and shit, his ears would be so fucking red, and I used to be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've always wondered, like, if you're like, I've always wondered, like, blushing, like, even when I like read about it in books and shit like that, they'd be like, yo, my face would become flushed or hot. So I've always wondered, is blushing, like, if someone, clearly they make me feel like, whatever, is that feeling when my face gets really hot? Clearly you can't see it as you would be able to see because you're fair skinned, you're a white man, and I'm a black woman, but is it that same feeling? So I guess that's what I was asking.
Honestly, like, I can't even, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't know if I check for it. I think that's more of a,
you know what,
a feminine kind of thing to do. And I'm not even throwing shade if there's like dudes out there like, yo, this could be blushing, bro. Like, but me, I think I just laugh and I get the little, but I don't like, I don't know.
You know what? That's what I was about to feel like. If I'm blushing, like, my cheeks get like kind of hot, and I just feel like, oh shit, like my face literally feels hot. But I know there's not a color change because of my pigmentation. You understand what I'm saying? My melanin, like, so you're not gonna see me getting red. So that's why I've always kind of wondered or whatever. Like, is that feeling or whatever the case may be? Like, Somebody says
I don't know how to
yes,
deal
that's what
with
you're
like
feeling. Yeah, see, somebody said that's what I'm feeling. Like when I'm, so I get it. I get it.
when somebody gives you like that straight, like, no, look at me, bro. I want you to tell, like, and they're like so serious about a compliment. I don't know how to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like drunk people give you the like, I'm serious right now, bro. You're like, and I'm just like, oh shit, man. Like I don't know how to deal with it. Like I'm like abandoned ship. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate the shit out of it, but I really have like no natural way of dealing with it. Like I usually just throw like a fucking little quirk in there, or like, you know what I mean? Like a haha, this whole thing, or some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't no clue what to do right now.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you a couple questions. So we're gonna play trivia.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you go. I won't keep you on here forever. I'm so happy that you came. Thank you so much. So we're gonna do trivia. I want to know. I mean, I was gonna ask you a couple questions as far as like, have you ever regretted anything in battle rap? Like, okay, as far as your career,
Yes.
right? Like, have you ever regretted like what was your biggest highlight in battle rap? Like, oh my goodness, like whether like your biggest moment, like I'm happy whether or not it was a battle you fucking won, whether or not it was a bag that you got, whether or not whatever the situation was, right? And then I want to know like your lowest point. Like it could have been something as where your fucking job found out, like, you know what I'm saying, anything, like whatever. Like sometimes like people don't understand battle rap can affect your life outside of the ring. You know what I mean? Like these things are being said, and now your boyfriend might be looking at you with the side eye, like, well, damn, bitch, did you fuck that battle rapper? Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. You might not have to deal with that kind of shit, but just in general, has it ever affected your career? Has it ever affected like your personal life or things like that? So this is what we'd like to know.
No, I have hilarious like stories about like teaching, and they're never negative. Like I've never had, something being called into this imaginary principal's office and someone showed me like what I said. Like it's never happened. I've been called into principal's offices and they've been like, yo, I saw your videos. That's so cool. You know what I mean? Or like I literally called like kids' houses like, yo, so-and-so, man, they're kind of struggling a little bit. And they're like, I got you, bro. When's your next battle? And I'm like, yeah, that's wild. You know what I mean? Like just so many funny stories, but it's never affected really. As far as teaching, it's never affected that. As far as regrets, like I have a few, and they're never like losing a battle. Like, I mean, I've lost a battle, choked, which is obviously trash. But one of them, I battled Awkwards, and I want to say like 2011 or 12. And it was right around the time like the Pat Stay Marv stuff was going down, right? Mm-hmm. So I tried to like tap into that disrespectful thing. Who was like battling cancer at the time. And I remember as soon as the battle was over, I was like, fuck, bro, that was not you, bro. Like that was whack. So I ended up reaching out to him and I was like, bro, that was whack. And then there was another time, it was right when Twerk was coming up. And I was like somebody had quoted like 2 of his bars or something. I was like, yo, these are trash, these bars. And I was like, man, I don't understand the hype. And then Twerk was like, yo, this teacher dude is on my dick or something, right? And you're whack or something. And then I'm like, Jesus, I sound like a fucking right now. This is some hating ass shit. I was like, I'm grown as hell, mad at another person's meteoric rise. So I was like, tweeted at him. I was like, bro, because he dropped like a little rap thing. I was like, this is dope. He's like, thanks, bro. I was like, listen, I gotta apologize, bro. I was out of pocket. Like, that was whack. And when I seen him at Mass, I was like, man, I seen him, yeah, Mass. I was like, I gotta tell you honestly, bro, face to face. That was really whack of me, bro. I was like, what the fuck am I doing out here? You know what I mean? Having a voice in the thing, like, you know what I mean? Campaigning the guy. I don't give a fuck if you say banana fan or faux fan. If you're getting paid for it, what the fuck am I? So those were 2 things that really stuck out over the course of a long battle career where I was like, damn, man, you got to do better than that, bro. And, I was able to. That's why, obviously, since then, the You know, I look at things a different way. I don't watch battles and be like, this dude's trash. And getting back to you and your win over Surf, and I get it. Surf vilifies himself. I don't know Surf that well, but like the people trying to stomp on dude, I'm like, God damn, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, if you're like, oh,
do you feel like I won the battle?
Upset with me if I tell you I did not. I haven't seen it.
No, oh, that's fine. What I would do is listen. We that's fine, because as battle rappers, as people, like, we have lives. I don't feel no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what.
No,
it is. I would have loved for you to see, because I want your opinion, and I don't feel as though you.
I would feel a certain type of way if I sat here. So I saw a clip. Only thing I saw was a clip that you did. Mm-hmm. And I've seen the majority of people, but overwhelming majority, as far as the people that I knew, gave it to you for sure. Mm-hmm. And of course, he has like a large outside fan base. I'm so bad at like watching battles, and I feel like it's such a douchebag thing for me to say. You know what I mean? Like, even when I popped in the Twitch tournament, I'd be in for like a round, and I'm doing something like, and again, everybody's doing something. That's no excuse. But I just be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's my attention span, because sometimes when I sit and watch a battle and I'm like, this is actually fire, I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing? I used to watch them when they dropped. But so, yeah, like the live events, I watch them less than I watch the YouTube stuff. And I don't know if I'm like, man, like, it's free now. He's saying like it's like there's no appeasing you, Trev. Like, what is your deal? But you know, just to put a, you know, and I'm gonna watch it. I mean, can I still watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
You have my telephone number?
I don't know. I don't think I've been privileged with that.
I'll send it to you, because you definitely should have had my number.
I don't know. I think only the white kid you went to school with got it, and that was it.
Only Charlie didn't even want my number. He didn't even want my number.
Charlie, that's my dad's name. He could do no wrong in my eyes, man. I'm rooting for him. Except for that, he dropped the ball. They can't win them all.
Yo, you want to know some crazy shit? Is my Uncle Tony? Thank you, my Uncle Tony, and I love my Uncle Tony to death. Like, there will be no slander about him. But I'm not gonna hold you. He's a little bit on the prejudice side. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was what it was. You know what I mean? And when he's
black, prejudiced towards white people.
My uncle was prejudiced towards any fucking body. Anyone who wasn't African American. There were Haitian people who lived next door. He had a problem with them. Anyone who looked, if you were short and you were Hispanic, he didn't like Mexicans because we spent time in San Diego. Fucking like, that's just who he is. And I'm not going to say it's okay, but that's my Uncle Tony, and I would kill somebody over him. So it is what it is. But moving forward, the crazy thing about it is he's also the same man that put me on to different types of music. Like I said, I grew up in a house listening to everything from Steven Tyler to Sting to Sade to Ronnie Dyson to the Temptations to the Drifters to the... You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the house I grew up and that's just what it was. Because he wasn't necessarily, and I'm not justifying anything, I don't think he was a racist, but he was definitely, like, super prejudiced. He came up in a time where... I
was about to say, he might have fucking good reason for it.
Yeah.
We still jokingly excuse old white people like it's okay. It's like, how the fuck can you still be racist when you literally live through the most oppressive shit? Like, that is ass backwards. Like,
no, and it's crazy because but I'm not gonna hold you. Like, there's certain things like my Uncle Tony says, and I get a kick out of it. But there's certain shit I kind of be like, yo, come on, Uncle Tony, you gotta chill. Like, just because, you know what I mean? And the same man who taught me to be, he didn't teach me to be any way towards any fucking body. That's one thing I'll give him. I've just grown up and I just know like how like little things he said or little mannerisms he's had, and I just be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But my whole thing is like, I for me, you can't justify racism. You can't justify any of it. Like, You know what I mean? At all. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
get it. I'm just saying, if, like you said, if his experience was so, it'd be hard to forgive, right? I mean, if people just took, you know what I mean? It was just like right out there. I mean, that would be a fucking tough thing to just forget and keep it moving and just, kumbaya through it. So I don't know him, you know what I mean? But people still, it's almost like still a funny joke. Haha, my you can't come over. My grandfather's kind of racist. Haha, you know how they are. It's like, nah, I don't. That's fucking wild. I get it. He's 80 or whatever.
Let me ask you a question.
You should still tell him he's wrong. You could be 80 and wrong,
will you, and I won't like force it or whatever like that. Like, what do you think about like the whole avocado situation? Do you feel as though him being present during that kind of conversation, do you feel as though he's responsible for at least having some kind of, you know what I mean? Some kind of, I don't really know what I'm asking. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna, and this will be the first time I've ever shared this now. It's never my job, and again, I wish fucking more, you know what I mean? White people should understand. It's never our fucking job to tell someone what's racist and what's not, what to be offended. It's not our fucking, you know what I mean? I believe, now I knew both people. I believe it was a terrible attempt at a parody, like a humor thing. And when I say that, think to 2012, like what people were getting away of, like, you know what I mean, race joke wise. And it was bad. It was fucking bad. That's what I think. I think that they were sitting there, and that's why he says, like, oh, this is on King of the Nobody over. I think the joke was, haha, the old two racist white guys behind closed doors. And I think 24/7 spearheaded it, and Avo played along, and it was supposed to be just like, and it was, again, fucking terrible, all the way across the board. But that's what I genuinely feel. Now, again, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It isn't my job to take that and be like, people should feel this way, people should feel that way. So that's what I think that it was at the time. So, of course, anytime that you're around that, and as a white person, I would tell you, man, it's weird how comfortable other white people get to you to come out and, spew their racism. Like, it's the amount of racism black people see from white people, like, a lot of times is like we see it, you know what I'm saying? They come out so quick, and I'm just like, yeah, man, it's not that kind of party. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, I mean, I think Avocado for sure was complicit, and he was, you know what I mean? Obviously, it was a horrible video. And again, the way I looked at it was, I work at a school where black fathers are constantly being shit on, like fucking constantly. And by black women, by white women, by teachers, they're constantly being shit on. Like, take your father to work day or school day is no longer called that. It's now take an important person to work day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel terrible because I see a lot of times these men, cute as shit, walking in with the littlest kid, and they're fucking 6'4", and they're like leached up, you know what I mean? And they're just, I'm telling you, a lot of them just like, they don't even get the chance to defend themselves or to fucking, to stop people, and, such a room full of complicit people, and be like, yo, fuck that. I'm in my son's life. You know what I'm saying? So right. I think obviously times have changed in 2020, and a lot of like stereotypes and jokes that would have flew in 2012 or 2010 or that can never be a joke in my eyes. That can never be a joke. Absentee fatherism can never be a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, it's not. You know what I mean? And that, any other kind of joke, you know what I mean? Music, you're tasting music, or you're tasting beer, or whatever the case may be. But once you jump into that lane, so again, my take on it was I was super proud of Averb for just You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, that's not that kind of, you know what I mean? I don't joke like that. But again, that is truly from knowing both parties, all parties. I know Liam too. That's what I think. However, if, I clearly couldn't have been the offended party, I wouldn't even know. I couldn't even imagine. You know what I mean? So, that is what I did think that it probably was, because they looked so sarcastic and like goofy, and it was cringe, and it was all kinds of bad. Like, it was an attempt at edgy humor that just busted a left real quick, man, and was fucking ugly all the way across the board for sure.
Facto. Trevor, they said Trevor, my guy. They love you, Trevor. Okay.
I appreciate. I mean, that's just how I felt about it. But like I said,
Yeah, and that's all you can do is like give an opinion. You wasn't there. Can't hold you to the fucking fire for someone else having a conversation. All I can do, and it's fucked up because it's one of those things where like, hey, you asked me about this because I'm white. Yeah, and no, like, you know what I mean? It's just like people are so afraid to really say what things are. Like, yeah, I want to know. I only want to know because I'm gonna be honest. I don't have any question about your character. I'd like to know how you feel about people viewing your peers and just period in general. You know what I mean? Clearly it helps that you're a fellow white man, but ultimately these questions aren't directed towards you because I feel like there's any question in your character or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's never.
And you know what though? Even if you had those questions, I would
if
gladly.
I had those questions,
I'm a flawed person.
I wouldn't ask you on my platform, bro. I'm gonna keep it 110% with you.
Right.
Because of the few interactions that we've had, they've always seemed extremely genuine to me, and I judge people based on lasting impressions. They've always been completely solid. You understand what I'm saying? When we talk, we tweet, we text, whatever the fuck the case may be, it's always been genuine and love. So if I felt like there was something I felt I felt like, damn, I feel like he needed to answer to, and that's just for lack of a better term. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would have texted your phone just because still I had that kind of respect for you. But
I'm glad that there's people that still exist like that. Yeah,
I just wanted to have I mean, I understand this. It might be an uncomfortable conversation, but I just still feel it's
those are the ones that need to be had.
You know what I mean? It's still like,
yeah.
And that's the reason why I didn't want to get too deep into it, because I didn't want it to just be a whole real deals fact on this. You know what I mean? I wanted it to be like, let's get everybody's fucking outlook on it. Like, I've reached out to several other battle rappers, and because, like I said, timing and me changing dates, you know what I mean, everybody wasn't as available. That's why I'm totally appreciative of you being able to tap in tonight. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to make it that kind of, everybody. I love his honesty. Exactly, Rita. Like, your candidness, your honesty. Like, I love that. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. It makes me happy.
No, it would be this. It would not be genuine of me, you know what I mean, to speak, other than my own personal truth. And again, like I said, I knew both parties. I was friends with both of them as far as battle rap. So that's where I took what I got from that. And I got it when the video came out. I get it. You know what I mean? Fucking give them the blues. Who the fuck am I to, you know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest problems is when people start to, and it's mind blowing to people, like you said earlier, that there's still people that feel comfortable to say to you listen to white girl music. It's like, are you fucking, it's 2020. You still say shit like that? Like,
yes.
Again,
there's people who still tell me that, like, one of my favorite cousins are pretty for a dark skinned girl. There's still people who tell me like a lot of shit. And I just be like, whoa. Damn.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, that's so wild. But again, I've had so many experiences, and I promise you, no matter what experience that might have even sounded like it was a bad look on my part or whatever for being white, I've never truly been offended by it. I've been offended by things in life. That's why I can't stand the pretend offend of like certain people out there. Like, you know what I mean? When it comes to white people, again, the basketball analogy. what if Luca was shut the fuck up? You don't even care. Like, you don't even care. He doesn't care. You don't care. You're just right now, what about me? That's what you're saying. That's such an immature way to look at it. Like, what about me? It's like,
Right.
you don't care. You pretend offended right now. Like, that's so, yeah, it's remarkable, man, the lack of common sense that, it's still, and we still use the words common sense is the crazy thing. Common is the fucking operative term, right? Mm-hmm. It's not as common as one might hope.
So before I let you dip out of here, because whatever, I got a couple little trivia questions. I want to know, even though you told us that you are a gym teacher, I don't care. Gaddis bullshitted, so we're still gonna play. Are you smarter than a school teacher? And we still want to know what you know. We'd like to know how many of these questions you can get right. Are you ready?
All right.
What is the world's largest island?
Oh shit. It's not going to be a good answer. Japan.
Wrong. Greenland.
Okay.
What year did Katrina hit?
2005.
Hey, right. Name 5 presidents.
Zachary Taylor, Abraham Lincoln, George Bush, Theodore Roosevelt, and James Madison.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead with Zachary Taylor and just go on to win because I have no idea who that is. Hg is the chemical symbol of which element?
Hydrogen?
Nope, mercury. Which email service is owned by Microsoft?
What email service? Gmail?
Nope, Hotmail.
Jesus, man, can't win it all.
Which country produces the most coffee in the world? Colombia or Brazil?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna say Colombia. I was gonna say it anyway.
Nope, Brazil.
Mm.
What was the first state?
So I just keep thinking of this like local battle that happened in Boston when I was up there. I gotta
really
tell you.
Close to you. It's really close to you, bro.
Oh wait, Virginia?
No, Delaware.
Didn't Plymouth Rock or no? Am I tripping?
Plymouth Rock landed on us. Wait, we ain't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth
Yeah,
Rock
right?
landed on us. Come
Delaware,
on.
okay. Delaware's got to be famous for something, I guess.
This is so fun. Okay, so what is the world? And I'm extra. People hate my trivia. Let's start there. So the world's most ancient island. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The world's most ancient forest. Is it found in China, South America, or Australia?
Ancient forest, China?
I would have thought that too. You're probably thinking of Japan with the fucking suicide forest, but it was Australia. Wrong. It's all good. So, what city was Beethoven born? Where was Beethoven born? What city?
I'm thinking somewhere in Germany.
Yes.
Munich?
I will take Germany. That's the country. That's good enough. It's Berlin. I'll take that.
Oh, that was my second guess.
No, Berlin, Germany. I'll take that. As long as you got the country, the whole region, I'm not unfair. I will take that.
Ludwig von Beethoven.
Thank you. Name the 3 primary colors.
Red, blue, and orange? No.
Bro, yellow, almost. Who starts first in chess?
Jesus.
Think privilege.
I don't know. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at both. Chess and chess.
I told you think privilege. You're supposed to say white.
Oh, white. Oh.
Come on, Trevor. Okay.
I know.
What is a group of lions called?
A pride, right?
Hey. Okay. Who gave America the Statue of Liberty?
France.
They did. Okay. Name the 5 Great Lakes.
Superior, Michigan, Ontario, Huron, I don't know the fifth.
Erie.
Oh, come on.
All you have to
B.
do is think Holmes.
That was
Huron,
like the.
Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior, Holmes. Think
Oh,
Holmes.
is that how you did?
Yes.
That was like the only place I went to before I was 18 was Erie. That was
If you
like
could
we
see
never
me,
went
I'm
anywhere.
smiling so hard. I wish you could see me. I'm cheesing so hard.
That's the only place we went to, and I forgot it.
Yes. Okay. So, name the place that the U.S. Name the two places that the U.S. bombed during Pearl Harbor.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Perfect. Which scientist got the 1921 Nobel Peace Prize? Nobel Peace
Albert
Prize.
Einstein.
Hey. How many
Call it a
phases?
comeback.
Yes. How many phases of the moon are there?
Oh, now we lost me. 4.
Nope, double that. 8.
There we go.
It's cool. So what is the hardest rock?
Granite.
Diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Right.
Yeah, I dig. Oh my god.
I would have failed my own test.
It doesn't even matter. Like, I was gonna see you and Gaddis playing. It would have been super funny because seeing as though I don't have like a real like buzzer system, it would have been like, who has to pick first? So I was really looking forward to that. So I'm gonna curse her out later on today. But
So I wanted to tell you though, one of the best battle rap moments ever. You're not gonna believe this. So me and Chilla hosted a battle in Boston the day of mass, okay? And there was a guy, and I don't even want to, his religion prohibited him from using transportation on a Sunday or something.
Okay.
So he walked. And again, there's going to be loopholes in this story, but I got to get the full story. But anyway, it was a small league, so he walked like 80 miles or something, he said. Okay, I shit you not. Nerdy looking guy, glasses, had suspenders. So he's battling, and he was going to walk home. We were in Haverhill in Massachusetts, Haverhill, and he was going to walk into Boston or something. It was something outrageous, right? Everyone was like, "Yo, let us give you a ride." He's like, "No, bro, I can't."
Into the city. Go ahead.
Crazy,
That's
right?
Crazy, yes.
So listen though. So he starts rapping, all right, and there were time limits, and my man is just rapping and rapping and rapping and rapping. And in my head, I'm like, I should call time because it's not this other dude's fault. And the stuff that he's saying isn't that crazy. So I cut him off in round 1. He's looking at me like, and man, he must have kicked like an 8-minute round. You know what I mean? So he also had 3 different outfits. So he takes his first outfit off. He got a Raptors jersey on. He sets his glasses down. Someone immediately steps on his glasses. So now he's going to make this walk back blind. Where I'm getting at and how this relates to this first state is this. His second round is even longer, okay? Finally, I got my arm up, and he's like 16 bars in, and I already know where he's going. He's got like a 13 colony scheme, and it's ridiculous. It's not good. It's like with the Pennsylvania, and I was just like, all right, man, time. And he goes, I shit you not. He goes, come on, man, 4 more colonies, 4 more colonies.
What? 4 more colonies?
He didn't say 4 more bars. He said, come on, man, 4 more colonies, 4 more colonies. I said, bro, man.
No.
It was very, very, he made the walk back. Nice guy too, man. Like, so, if anything, I just wanted to try to give him some pointers or help him out. But man, when he busted out the 4 more colonies, man, I said, oh man, that's a first, and it's rare that I have a first in battle rap nowadays ever. But I was like, man, that's the first time someone just was really like it was my fault. I wasn't counting the colonies right. I'm like, easy. The thing, if I always say, man, if you could write a battle rap book, any battle rapper writes a book, man, it's gonna be New York Times bestseller.
I'm gonna call it the black and white of battle rap, and I'm going to get as many different, like, people can offer any kind of information and stuff, and I don't necessarily have to add it in as you. People can contribute all kind of material. I
think people want the juicy stuff, though, right? That's the thing. If you put out a bland book, right?
I'm a female in battle rap, I promise you.
If you don't at least get like a cease and desist from like 5 different battle rappers, you're not doing it right.
That's facts.
You know,
I don't even think 5 battle rappers have their business together to send out a cease and desist, but I'm asleep.
shit, I don't even think I do. You could probably slander the fuck out of me, and I'd send you a Microsoft Word thing. It would
Me
look better
too.
than
Look,
half the battle
me
rap
too, but Team
contracts to
40
go
is gonna
out.
fucking get you. God damn it.
It would look better than half the battle rap contracts to go out.
Not factual. So do you have anything going on? Like, do you have any battles coming up? Like, do we have anything that we need to watch for? I want to know, like, what's going on?
Yes. What I want, if you know, and I appreciate your platform, is so currently I am trying to get legal representation on behalf of my father, who was given an infection by the hospital for a procedure he did not need, was charged $615,000 and died in the ICU after a month.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
You
My
said
father went,
$615,000?
and they were paid every penny because he was covered. He was covered by the VA because he was a veteran, but he probably made about $13,000 a year, if it. You know what I mean? My father was very, you know what I mean, was still lived in the hood. You know what I mean? Again, they cut him open for like a routine project, procedure, sent him home. Next day, he comes back, fevers, cold sweats. He got an infection. If you've never seen someone die of an infection, it's one of the worst things you could. It's worse than cancer. I lost my mom to cancer. It's worse than that because organs start to give. So you get the kidney failure looks like, what liver failure looks like. Then, you know, because of the pancreas issues, he can't even eat, so they have to tube him. He couldn't even have water. They had to like they did Jesus on the cross. They had to like dampen a sponge and put up. So we were there every day. And then since then, 18 lawyers have declined to take the case. You know, they're just like, yeah, it sounds like he got an infection. Like, basically, what do you want us to do? Like, so like in medical error is the third leading cause of death in America. The country is so fucking crazy that they just get by. They get by on it every day. Like I said, I went in for my knee and like 4 different times, just bullshit, right? But so my father's Charlie. That's what my album is going to be called, Charlie. Every song on the album is something that my dad would have said. And I get 2 years in Pennsylvania. You get 2 years of foul malpractice. Once November 1st hits, I'll be 14 months down. 18 lawyers have turned me down from all over Pennsylvania to other states. It's not even worth it reaching out to other states because their laws are different. I've had people look at the medical records, which they took a crazy long amount of time to get me the medical records back. These people are doing this every day in this country. I'm not saying that doctors are all horrible. I'm not saying reteach kindergartner, they're not here to save lives. But what I am saying is they will squeeze every fucking dime out of you. Mm-hmm. They will they will play a literal game of operation with you because you are but a number to them. I had one lawyer told me basically like, just like this, like the one thing I'll give lawyers for is they'll be cold with you, right? He goes, I mean, your dad was 70, you know what I mean? Like, what are we going to be awarded in the end? Like, is it going to be worth it? Because you know how lawyers say, we don't get paid unless you get paid. That's because they only take slam dunks. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
I had them say, well, it'd be like, you got to prove gross negligence, gross. So in other words, if you were going to get an arm amputated and they cut the wrong arm off, I'm like,
that's kind of
cool. So that's what your law degree, that's what I need you for. So again, my father died a worse death than Sandusky will die or any horrible person you can think of. Any monster serial killer that's living in jail, like, will die a better. Charles Manson died a better death than my father died. So if I don't make it to court, then I just want, you know, I got my shirts, my CD, and just so people will ask you, what does that mean? What is that about? And this happens in this country. Again, behind cancer and heart disease is medical error. These people are allowed to give you an infection. And if you die, it's like, well, if you sent your kid into my gym and he fell and banged his head, and you called me like, why is my son at the nurse? And I say, quote, this is what they said to me in the hospital. It's like the wheels just kind of came off. How would you? So again, all the real the battle rap that's cool. You'll see it. If you see me at your local fucking pub, it's Trevor, let's have a beer. But that is my biggest thing. So if anything,
justice for Charlie.
Absolutely. Justice for those that can't speak up for themselves, man. So that's my kind of tunnel vision path right now.
That is disgusting, and I'm gonna inbox you my number because I'm not like one of those people who are into like, you know what I mean, social media and stuff like that outside of doing my job. But well,
you know what's crazy is when I saw you last year, he had been diagnosed with lung cancer, but it was right after that, the week after that, we went in and they're like, oh, the good thing is you could take it out. It's right in the middle. And then that's when they said, oh, yeah, but there's this little thing with his stent. I think we got. So literally seeing you a year ago in Mass, it was 2 weeks after that when he went into the hospital after that procedure. So it was like literally, you know, because he went in July 31st and he died September 1st. So they and again, the legal system can apparently put prices on human lives. Apparently 70 years old, they can determine you're worth X amount of money. Fucking crazy, right?
No, that's absurd.
Fucking wild. So again, if I don't get into the courts, I'm going to just continue to fight because there's laws that need change. There's things that need reviewed. There's accountability and there's responsibility. And that's where, you know, we fight the uphill fight. So.
No, we're on it. Justice for Charlie. Like, that's crazy. Like, definitely blessings. Like, favors. Meanwhile, you better chill 3 times during this process. Right.
Yeah. Well, when I battled him in Boston for the chain, my father was in the ICU. Yeah. So I battled him there for the chain. The second he had passed, the second time was in November. And the first time I battled Chilla was years. It was like 2012 or something. But yeah, I was given I battled in the UK 4 days after he passed. I battled on the day my sister died. I battled on the day my mom died. But I only say that. I never say that so people would be like, "Real deal battle here. Why can't you?" It's like I was probably selfish. I wanted to get my mind off it. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be like I was in, you know, Columbia, Missouri when they called about my mom. Cancer got her finally. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Sit in this hotel and just drink myself into a fucking stupor and listen to sad music? I'm like, let me at least get this little break. And the same thing was, or excuse me, my sister died when I was in Columbia, Missouri, and my mom when I was in Milwaukee. And it wasn't like they were like life-changing opportunities, you know, but as a man, I gave my word. I said, why not fucking show up and see what happens? And both turned out to be good experiences. So, but yeah, justice for Charlie, and I appreciate you sharing the sentiments as well. Thank you for your condolence.
And I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate your contributes, like everything, all your contributions to fucking battle rap, everything that you just fucking like. I wish I would have put you on my superheroes from battle rap show. Like I was trying to explain to people, like sometimes.
See, remember when I said I don't know how to take compliments like that? This is how it goes.
No, real shit. Like all jokes aside, like I had a show and I highlighted a lot of the battle rappers who are dealing with things like everything from fucking, you never know, cancer to fucking tumors to like just all kind of things. And you don't know because they're not adding it in their bars because you don't want to come off as that being a weakness for your opponent. And it's just like one of those things like, yo, you never have an opportunity. It's hard to have an opportunity to be vulnerable in battle rap. So I understand why my compliments might make you uncomfortable. But here are your flowers. Like, salute.
No, I'm joking. Thank you so much. I was just
battle rap, like real shit. Like I appreciate it. Like on some real shit. Like the comments, I wish you could see the comments. Like they're like, get a goat. Like that was an eye-opening show. Like sometimes you have to fucking let people see the human side of us. They don't see it, bro. Like they see us as entertainment monkeys. And I get it. I'm not mad at that because I like, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect you to be anything. I don't want to be anything outside of you clicking on YouTube and seeing something that I put out that you enjoy. I'm okay with being content. But on the human side of things, when I can show like, yo, listen, we're providing this content and we're doing that with my family passing away, me dealing with my own terminal illnesses, my children going through these situations, my loved ones getting hurt, locked, killed, XYZ. We're people just like you. We're not superstars that were just plucked from out of the fucking planet. We're everyday people who followed a dream or a career path, and this is where it led us. You know what I mean? We still have to deal with the same breaks that everybody else has. So this is why I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I just love, like, I appreciate it. No, I know what you mean, but it's just love.
I don't know if, like, in the same token, you know, because I agree with you. But, you know, and I think we're in the same boat. We're like, you know, I know battle rap fans get criticized a lot. We're like, man, battle rap fans. But battle rap, I will say this. Before my father, literally right around the time I saw you, I said, fuck it. Let me put my pride aside. I did a GoFundMe. And I said, you know, this man raised 4 kids, never took a vacation for himself, worked his hands to the bone, lost all these people. Man, battle rap raised, literally, the GoFundMe was just like, so this man could just have a nice little vacation when he gets back from this cancer scare or whatever. Battle rap put $6,500 together for my dad like that, for a vacation for a man that they didn't know. And that's why this was twice as sad, because I never even got to tell him that. You know what I mean? Because when he went in with the infection, I'm like, as soon as he gets better, I'm gonna tell him. And he just kept getting worse. You know what I'm saying? And then, so again, as much as people were like, you know, as much as like, yeah, I don't, you know, some stuff comes across weird in battle rap, and, you know, or I don't know, like we are treated like, you know, go do this, or this person's this, or people have said wild stuff to me, but that's something I'll never forget. And they really, I couldn't believe it. It was within like 4 days. You know what I mean? Because I was like, man, like, you know, people know that you earn money, like you make it, you know what I mean? But it's when you got your hand in so many different, your eggs in so many different baskets, it's hard. And man, they fucking came through, man. And they continue to come through, man, and support. And that's what I mean with the situation with my father. It's not just me. This is not some random thing that happened to me. This is happening to a Trevor in a county over every day. This is happening to people that don't have near the resources I do, and I don't even really have all resources like that. You know what I'm saying? I was able to put some videos together, and King of the Dot put them out for me, and that was great and raised awareness. This is happening to, you know, your local gas station guy down the street, and they just talk them, you know, and they convince him in the hospital with all these nice doctors to be like, you know, what would they want? What would he want? What would she? So again, to a bigger platform, because it's fucking wrong. How can medical error be the 3rd leading cause of death in this fucking country? That is crazy.
Medical error?
250 and 400,000 people. That's crazy. I'm saying, and again, the shit I don't want to say blessed, because obviously I told you my spin. I'm not going to hold you hostage on this call, but it, because from the shit I saw, I could easily have PTSD. Like I mean, but I'm cool. I'm motivated. I wake up and I go at it, right? And I can't imagine people that already struggle with the mental health stuff out there. I'm like, God damn. So again, no, I appreciate the platform. And again, I messaged you pretty soon after. I'm infinitely proud.
You did. You did.
To stake your claim in there and really put on. So yeah, whenever you need me, I'm here.
I want you to tab back in. I want to have the conversation. Like again, when I have a few more of our peers on here, to have that conversation, because I don't want it to be a hot seat conversation. You know what I mean? I want it to be like a genuine dialogue, like, you know, and that's because everybody who I reach out to, I respect. There's no question about their character with me. Like, it's just like, I'm here to talk about the sticky or uncomfortable situations or conversations, and we're all adults and articulate enough to where we can talk about how we feel without offending or oppressing anyone. I'm totally confident in that. So that's the reason why I want to have this conversation. Nothing more than that. So I feel like it would be way more effective, like with all of us here, versus just like, hey, what do you think about this? Da, da, da. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's not like a year. This interview's been super dope. I have like this was super dope.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. And yeah, just keep me posted, keep me in the loop. I definitely want to watch your battle tomorrow. I'll be going in, so I probably won't even have a lot to do. I just got to check the internet. So I definitely will have some time to sit down, and I definitely want to watch it. And I will give you my honest on it, because I'm sure you would expect nothing less from me, right?
Exactly. And that's all you give me. That's why I fuck with you. Like, they love you in the comments as well, and I feel like your candidness and your realness, like, it just no pun intended, you brought the real deal tonight to We'd Like to Know. So I appreciate that. Like, not even trying to be, you already know, like, you're always super dope when I see you. So like, you're definitely fire. They said it was great. I can't wait to see your next battle. Salute to Real Deal, the king of the dot champ. Please come back. It's lit. Thank you for sharing, Real Deal. Real Deal, you've been well spoken and you seem very smart. Like, yeah, the comments are super dope. I wish you could see them. I'm actually going to have this footage chopped up, so if I can, I will definitely let you see again. Them love or whatever. I'm glad you came on. We'd like to know. So,
Of course, my friend.
Thank you so much. I'll reach out I'll let you know, like, we'll talk off of here as far as like my battle and things of that nature or whatever like that. I'll inbox you on Instagram.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Later.